Welcome to America Talks. We do have a very important subject tonight because the subject is going to deal with safe television for all ages. And we do have our friends and some of our team players here on SafeTV and our panel. And so I'm going to invite each of you to introduce yourselves to our audience, beginning to my right.
Glenn Hill, retired pastor.
Welcome.
And Rudy Delansky, the chief engineer here, retired pastor as well, and whatever else needs to be done.
Good to have you, Rudy. And
I'm Bob Abrahamson, former mayor of Gentry, Arkansas.
well, it's good to have all of you. It's been some time since we got together here, and I know that we have a lot of news to cover, and at the same time, what we would like to talk about today is the importance of providing your family with a type of television that anyone of any age can watch it at any time. And we believe that SafeTV has been doing that now for 15 years. And so, my friends, we invite you to pick up the phone if you have been blessed with our program and share your thoughts. If this is something that really has served your family well, we'd like to invite you to give us a call and encourage some of our team players here that you enjoy our programming. And also, we're going to give you an opportunity to be a part of our station through your partnership. You see, this is a member-supported television station. Those who view the program and are blessed by it, we hope that you return the blessing to us so we can continue blessing you and blessing the world with these kinds of programs with no violence, immorality, or profanity of any kind. So let's talk about some of the things we do on SafeTV. There are a lot of things that through the years we have attempted to do, but before we actually get into that, why don't we talk about television in general? How do you view television in general in the country? You know, we do hear comments from different places. Is television getting better? Are efforts being made? Or actually is getting worse? And does television have an impact in our society, in our children, in our families?
Well, it seems to me, and I'm speaking as one who doesn't watch a lot of television, that things are not as strong as they should be. We still see a lot of things happening that are inciting violence, perhaps, also inciting immorality. Young people are being educated in things that are not pure. And so I think there's a lot of need for change.
Mm-hmm. Carlos, I see some good programming on TV, but when the commercial comes on, it all goes south, you know, because the commercials are bad, you know. Even though the programming may be fit to watch, then the flash to the commercials, and there you go.
Mm-hmm. How do you see it, Rui?
Well, you know, I've always been very interested in the visual area, in visual and audio, and of course, before I even went into the ministry, while I was in a TV studio. In fact, in 1954, I remember being in Los Angeles, going to school and learning television. Of course, for television then, the main show was the wrestling matches, and if you didn't have a wrestling match, well, you didn't have a television show. And then all the other things began to come on that were of interest. And then my interest began to change a little bit, and I had a family coming up, and I said, well, I don't want them working in a television store, and so or growing up in a television store, and so I ended up taking up the ministry as well, and so all the way through now I've been wearing two hats, and television, of course, and visual has a lot, as Bob mentioned, a lot of educational programs that you can use, and there's a lot of them that you can watch, but you do have to be able to separate them and find where they are, because if you separate and you can get some good educational programs, and they can also steer you down the wrong path very quickly too. So
yeah, and really, it's quick enough that you can't shut the TV off fast enough in front of your kids. You know, I mean that's
true. You got to analyze those programs before you turn them on to your family.
Yeah, and you know, I appreciate what you're saying, Bob, because really, that is how SafeTV really came to be. and the concept. You said that you couldn't turn it fast enough to change it.
Yeah.
You know, I recall watching a program with our daughters and our children, and this was in the early 90s. And I remember watching something in there that was adequate for the family. But as we were watching the very thing that you said, all of a sudden the commercial for the next programs that were coming later on that evening came on. And it was so raunchy. I mean, you couldn't find the controls fast enough to shut it off or to switch it or something. And then I just said, it's not safe to watch television anymore, you know, for the kids. And it's just not safe, you know. And when I said it's not safe, that just all of a sudden just drilled in my head. So what we need is safe
TV.
television.
And that's a reason that we had down in Master Control for a while a big red panic button. If one of those ads came on, you hit the panic button to switch the program.
Because it took years and years for us to discover and find the kinds of programming that your family can watch, your family and your children can watch. And this is something that I can emphasize enough, the amount of time and effort that our master control people put on the programs so you can watch program that is safe for your family. In fact, I have had many of our viewers tell us, you know, when I hear the music of Safe Television, you know, you're watching the Safe Television channel, you know, and so on. I know that they are. I'm okay. The kids are secure. We don't have to worry about it, and so we really feel that this is a God instituted television station, because I really believe, and it is verified, that television in general today, in the media in general, violence, immorality, and profanity is one of the most prevalent things you see, and that translate in violence in the street, violence in the cities, violence even in the home. How many thieves, how many criminals have actually learned the details on how to perform a robbery or a crime on television, and they have actually said that. And so we do take this seriously. In fact, let me tell you what, I believe that national security is jeopardized by the television that is invading the home with drugs, with immorality, things that actually we lose the fiber of our nation, what the values that this nation was built upon. And so we need your help in helping us grow this concept of safe television for all ages. Now, we have had some wonderful opportunities through the years with Governor Mike Huckabee and now Mike Beebe proclaiming SafeTV Day for the state of Arkansas in honor of this new concept. We are trying now to pass and work with our friends in Congress to pass a national SafeTV Day. So we are excited about what we do here.
What you've been saying, Carlos, really resonates with me as a former pastor, because what happens to the frontal lobes of the brain? We are what we eat physically, and we know as a nation we're becoming more and more concerned about nutrition. The young people in schools being obese and overweight.
Isn't that true?
All of those things, so we address that. What can we do? And so why shouldn't we also give at least equal opportunity to addressing what kind of mental food people are bringing in? What happens to those frontal lobes, the decision-making process of the brain? It's going to affect the future, and it certainly affects the present.
And
it has
advertisers know
affected the
that,
past.
Glenn. Advertisers know that too.
That's right.
You know. Just to give an example, when Winston Cigarettes was sponsoring the Winston Cup NASCAR races, was it 400 and some thousand times that people seen that Winston Cup sign as the cars go around? See, and so it implants that in your brain that.
Winston
So you go get cigarettes. So
Yeah,
what are you going to go pick up? You see. And another example, the hood of those race cars, that ad on that hood, whether it's a beer or a cigarette, whatever, that costs $15 to $25 million a year to put that on the hood. Why do you think they would pay that kind of a price to put that advertisement on there? See,
know
because
it's
it
been-
instills your mind just like you're saying. It's planted there.
Mm.
See, so you go to buy something, that's what you pick up.
I heard something interesting, Rudy. I don't know if you heard about this too. That young people actually, the front lobe, talking about
Yes.
that, in a boy doesn't really completely develop until age 21.
Yeah.
That's right.
That there is
Oh, that's
growth
right.
happening until 21. Can't you imagine? So
And those are ingrained in, I mean, at that time, I say ingrained in, they're actually chords that have become thicker and heavier as you build on what you've learned.
They're rooted.
And it's very hard to break that habit, to break that chord.
I've enjoyed being with our grandchildren, and the boys are mechanical minded, and to see them take things like, little blocks and things and put them together and build something original out of it.
yeah,
And I couldn't help but think, what are the building blocks of their character? And I'm so thankful for what our children are doing for our grandchildren. They're emphasizing things that are really solid and valuable. Not only nutrition on the table, but nutrition for the mind. And it just thrilled my soul recently to see our 9-year-old twins reading their new Bibles. We used to read to them, now they read to us.
Isn't that good?
And they're reading with expression and then asking questions about it. And I thought, this is building something solid for the future. And I wish that this could be happening all across America. And SafeTV can help there.
Absolutely. In fact, as you know, we have programs
Yes.
that addresses those spiritual dimension
Yes.
in our programming schedule. We have several, particularly during the weekend and Saturday. We have abundant programs that are absolutely excellent in addressing the spiritual dimension. But also during the day, we have 3 times a day, much like the prophet Daniel did, in the morning, in the middle of the day, and in the evening. We have worship. And so if you haven't seen our worship program at 1 o'clock, well, it depends where you are, but Central Standard Time is 1 o'clock. Worship, we have a half an hour there from 1 to 1:30. Just beautiful music and Bible verses,
Yeah.
And then we have, even today, our dear friend Dick Shattuck with his jewels of spiritual thoughts. The late Pastor Shattuck, you'll hear him too. And we need to get you to say a few things that we can share with our friends during the week.
Well, we'd be happy to do that.
Yeah.
Carlos, it's interesting that the concept of Safe TV, people say, is it a Christian station? What is it? See, and what it is, it's got the Christian aspects, but it's also got the character building programming
Education.
that goes along with the Christian, you see,
Mhm.
and so they can view some programs that show good character building.
Yeah.
And so that's what I say. We have educate. We
educate.
do that through these programs.
Yes.
This is probably the most powerful educational means that we have right now to work with. And that is what we need. Our families, of course, parents need to take care of that. Those people that are leaving their children at daycare centers and so on, they need some of this kind of program running as well. And I think that's an area that we could promote.
Absolutely. One of the things that we are very proud of is that we dedicate every day after the children come back from school. We have special programs for them in the afternoons, and then at 5 o'clock we begin with the news. But in the afternoon, from 3 to 5, we have some excellent educational programs for kids. We have the NASA report.
Yes.
We have, I can think of so many out there, but if you would like to.
Every time I see one of those programs, I become a kid myself.
Yeah.
Well, they are just really designed to do that. NASA programming, we have Real Life 101, the Echo Company, we have Aqua Kids, Zoo Diaries, and teaches you anything you want to know about animals, and so on. The Jack Hanna series, which is tremendous education in regards to nature and conservation. We have awesome adventures. Again, opportunities for kids to learn how to be adventurous with their learning. And so we just really feel that you can safely watch SafeTV. And what we are encouraging our viewers to do today is to pick up the phone and give us a call. You see a toll-free line there. You will also see a website. We need your help in order for us to continue Safe Television, not only through the year, but to grow. We need all of you to participate with just a little bit a month. Or some of you are able to do more. We just leave that up to you and the Lord, proportionate to the amount of blessing you believe that we provide to your family. But we really appreciate those who take the time to really partner with us in this adventure of bringing programming to the family that anyone of any age can watch at any time, you know.
You know, Carlos, quite often people ask me, well, how is SafeTV funded? How is it funded? I say, you got all these advertising programs on there and so on. And I just have to answer them, and I say, well, yes, the advertising that comes with the package of each program, because that's how they get their funding, to be able to put the program on. But then they do leave a spot there for some of our PSAs to be on there as well. But all of this gets the program made, but it doesn't transport it to you. And it says SafeTV is dependent on its viewers and our special funds to be able to carry it and pass it on to you. And so we are the transmission agent, transmission vehicle, to be able to present these programs to you. And not only that, we're able to present them in a way so we can put this program together that follows that program, that follows this program, so that it becomes a regular TV program, something that you can watch actually hour after hour if you're going to watch TV.
Yes, so, and we do have some excellent news programs as well.
Yes.
In a moment, we're going to show little excerpts again to remind you of the kind of programming we do.
All right. You know, we've had the privilege of traveling a bit in the third world, and one of the things that has been impressed on my mind is how much American television has influenced the third world. Now, they don't all have televisions. We've been in little villages where maybe there's one dish in the whole village, but it serves a lot of people. They come and they see programming. We see it reflected in their music, in their speech patterns, and even in their morals.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it has an effect. We are our brother's keeper. We ought to be thankful for what we have in America.
Yes.
And it just makes me sick to see some of the things that we have exported to the third world.
The Hollywood stuff.
Yes.
Smoking, for instance, is going down in America. More people are turning away and quitting. But the companies are still making the cigarettes, and they're selling more and more of it in the third world.
In Asia, particularly.
That's right. And so I just think if the things like SafeTV could be beamed to those people in the third world, and they are, how much effect it could have on global relationships. We can be proud of what we have in America. We ought to give out the things that are good and worthwhile. And television's a powerful medium to carry it.
Yeah, thank you for that, Glenn,
I
because, go ahead.
we ought to, you know, we're represented as being green now. Yeah, I guess we ought to be proposing clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that you just mentioned is so true. And you just got back from India. In fact, next week we're going to have a program dedicated to service, and we would love to have your report, some of the wonderful things that you've accomplished out there. And but one of the things that you just said that is so important, just think of this. In some of the Muslim countries, incidentally, I would like to say hello to our friends in Egypt and Saudi Arabia and in Qatar, in all those places there in the Arab countries that I know are watching SafeTV tonight, because I get the reports, even though I don't know who you are or where you are, we cannot get an idea where this program is viewed and the viewers out there. So we know that you appreciate this kind of programming that is family oriented, that is safe, that is educational, with no violence, immorality, or profanity. And we believe sincerely that SafeTV represents really the essence of America. We really believe that. We believe that the America that you see through Hollywood movies, that you see through some of the trash out there, is not the true America in the sense that the majority of America are peace-loving people and caring for their neighbors, for their family, where they have a high moral standard and value. Now, we are a large nation with 300 million, I believe, by now, or more. And so obviously, when you have those large numbers, you will have a gamut of a variety of individuals and societies that choose different ways of living. But the majority of America, I am a naturalized American came from Uruguay. And let me tell you, I've learned to appreciate this wonderful nation of ours, because you will not find, and I can say that because I've seen America at work, you will not find more generous people, more kind people. When I came here some 40 years ago, I was received with open arms, and through the years, I have never regret being a part of this great nation. I'm married to an American, all of my kids are American, and I have discovered the wonderful understanding of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And so we want to then use the television media to provide positive, high moral standards that not only we live, but we can share with others. And that's what Safe Television stands for.
And you know, we'd like to have feedback back from you, because we'd like to have this be a two-way situation where we're hearing from both ways. You know, we hear from you by just simply going with your email, just feedback@safetv.org, and tell us what you've seen, what you've liked about the program, or what you'd like to see. That's we want some communication here.
Thank you.
It's not Facebook,
Carlos.
but it's a good.
Yeah, thanks.
I guess it's an offshoot of Twitter or something.
Yeah.
Carlos, another thing we've observed in our travels.
Please.
Mary Alice does our laundry, and people are surprised that we would not have someone else do our laundry. Or they wonder if we actually are eating in restaurants all the time, naturally at home, and we almost never eat in a restaurant here in the U.S. So fixing food from scratch like they do in the third world, they don't believe that we do that in America. I'm glad that our programming on SafeTV does give more reality to what American life really is, and not just the superficial glitz. And people begin to think, they know that America has a lot of wealth, and so if they want to have wealth, they have to behave like we do, and that's the catch, where they will go into things that their culture would not normally lead them into, because they think that's the way you have to live if you're going to have wealth and success.
It's interesting.
Yeah, you know, we have a program that I'm just thinking about right now, and we're going to show a little bit more on the next half hour, and we're going to tell you exactly how you can tell your family and friends how they can watch SafeTV. Of course, if you're watching, you know how, but there are new systems that we are on right now, and one of the programs that I really enjoy is called Peter's Principles, and this is an exercise program. And it's just a wonderful opportunity for people to learn the value of keeping yourself in shape or regain a measure of your lost health through exercise and proper diet. And so this is just one of the programs that we are very, very happy with. Also, Your Health is another program we air here that is tremendous in the areas of health education, proper eating, and food preparation, and things like this. So we do have a gamut of programs that are excellent. We also have some wonderful programs for teenagers. Extreme Life TV, one of the programs we air here. And if you go, by the way, to our website at safetv.org, www.safetv.org. On the left side of that web page, you will see one little window that says schedule. If you click there, it will tell you everything we air 24 hours a day, the entire week. You have it all right there for you. But Extreme Life TV is an excellent, active, energetic program of young people engaged in adventurous sports. But you know what? They are all Christians. And so you'll see perhaps the world champion skier or skydiver or surfer or snowboarder. And these people have given their lives to Jesus Christ. And they want to demonstrate that you can still have fun, but have clean fun, like you said, clean. Mm-hmm. So those are the kinds of things that we look for on SafeTV. I'm getting ready to go to one of the largest conventions in the world for television programming. And it's like looking for a needle in a haystack to find that one program that fits. And but this is what we've done for years and years and years, looking for the best to serve you and to serve our community, to serve our country, to serve the world, because we believe that SafeTV is needed not only here, but everywhere in the world. Yes, but this only is possible through your help. You see a toll-free line there. You see a website. Please give us a call and partner with us to bring these wonderful opportunities, alternative on television, to others. We're going to take a little break here in a moment, and then we're going to go on the second segment, and we're going to let our chief engineer, Rudy Dolensky, tell us more about how you can get SafeTV. I have in my hand here one thing that is just happened. Find that one program that fits. But this is what we've done for years and years and years. You just heard me say that, didn't you? Well, SafeTV now is on iPhones anywhere in this wonderful country of ours. So we praise the Lord for this. We'll be right back.